Good morning and welcome to another day of daily devotions from Manitowoc Cooperative Ministry, where we are the heart of the lakeshore. I'm Pastor Matt Sauer. Today we begin to look at another parable from Luke about another wedding feast, a banquet that is being held. But this time our message is to be prepared for the invitation to come. So again, let us turn to Luke 14, beginning with the 15th chapter. When one of the dinner guests heard Jesus' remarks, they said to Jesus, "Happy are those who will feast in God's kingdom." Jesus replied, "A certain man hosted a large dinner and invited many people. Now, when it was time for the dinner to begin, they sent their servants to tell the invited guests, 'Come, the dinner is now ready.' And one by one, they all began to make excuses. The first one told them, 'I bought a farm. I must go and see it. So please excuse me.' Another said, 'I bought 5 teams of oxen and I'm going to check on them. Please excuse me.' And another said, 'I just got married, so I can't come.' And when they returned, the servant reported these excuses to the master. And the master of the house became angry and said to the servants, 'Go quickly to the city streets, the busy ones and the side streets, and bring the poor and the crippled, the blind and the lame.' And the servant said, 'Master, your instructions have been followed, and still there is more room.' And the master said, 'Go to the highways and the back alleys and urge people to come in so that my house will be filled. I tell you, not one of those who were invited will taste my dinner.'" A little contrast in these two wedding parables. This one reminds us that we are indeed invited. So don't worry about that. Don't let somebody tell you you're not a part. You're invited. Jesus says, "I want you in my banquet. I want you at that great feast." But the problem is that we'll often say, "I'm too busy." Or perhaps more in today's world, "It's too much work. It's too hard for me to love my neighbor." What do you mean? I don't want to take care of those people. I might have to give up $100 this month if I choose to help somebody else. My standard of living may change. And they say, "It's too hard to follow you, Jesus. I don't want to do it." And so the invitation is given. Jesus says, "Come," and we say, "No." So Jesus then says, "Let's make sure that everyone knows." And so those who are particularly the outcasts are specifically invited, come and be a part of this banquet feast. Jesus doesn't want there to be any doubt that all those categories, the lame and the maimed, the outcasts, the poor, the widows, the orphans, Jesus wants them to know each and every one of you is indeed invited. The gays, the blacks, the immigrants, the undocumented, the rich, the powerful, the powerless, and the poor, all are welcome to come. But will you accept the invitation? Are you willing to come to the table and be with those whom God has invited? Choose. Holy and wonderful God, we thank you that you have chosen us. But now we ask that you will give us the wisdom to not make excuses, but to live your way, to follow you, to be what you need us to be, so that we may indeed sit at your table and feast in the everlasting banquet. Amen. Friends, remember, you are loved, you are worthy, and you were created to be a blessing. So go and be a blessing today in any way that you can, and have an awesome day.